Hello and welcome back to the ranged only challenge in Bannerlord, and well, we're back here with this wonderful conflict that we're just about to enter. Hopefully Zazaitha and her army are going to be heading in here, and hopefully I'm going to be able to pronounce more of their names accurately enough. Anyway, we're going to be making our way in. Hopefully they're going to go in before I lose all of my troops in the garrison. That would be nice, thank you very much. And there it is. It's going to be a nighttime battle, certainly something that I would prefer to avoid most of the time because, indeed, archers do gain a small deficit to their accuracy in the nighttime. So, hopefully that's not going to affect things too badly, as we've seen in the past. Archers are pretty good, you know, they're pretty good at what they do, and hopefully we're going to be alright. Anyway, let's move them into a much more suitable location. I'm thinking try to get the height advantage as much as possible. As you can see, the enemy has, I think, very few archers. I think they have about 30 or so. Do they really have 30? That's really not that much. I have 74 master archers by myself in my army alone. I have 56 on the battlefield at the moment, so that's really quite amazing. Anyway, let's put the infantry out here. Let's put the archers over here. We're going to put them in a nice loose formation. We're going to put the infantry into a shield wall. Actually, you know what? Let's not put them in a shield wall just yet because it's going to take them way too long to get to the front lines in that way. Because when they go into a shield wall, they slow to a snail's pace. And we certainly can't have that, at least at the moment. Alright, so we're still on my quest to eliminate enemy vassals. Ooh, that was a close one. Oh, nice damage. Here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. One more hit. No, I missed. So close. Okay, wait. Oh no, I think I'm gonna mess up. I think I'm gonna mess up here. Oh, I didn't. Oh yeah, there is the fifth. I think that's the fifth kill. Isn't that the fifth? Oh, no. I think that is indeed the fifth kill. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I'd like to find the other vassal as well, if at all possible. I think that would be really nice. But at the moment, we are literally destroying the enemy in every single way. And I really don't have to worry about being victorious here, I don't think. As you can see, we're literally taking no What? We're taking no casualties whatsoever? It seems like we've taken so little. Very strange. I guess it must be that the enemy literally did attack us with a bunch of recruits, which I suppose I can't really blame them for. They are clutching at straws at the moment. They're trying to, you know, expand. And I mean, this is the Southern Empire, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the Southern Empire. So their combat strength is really, really low right now. So I guess I don't really blame them for making desperate maneuvers wherever they can. Kind of makes sense, right? Anyway, let's go for some headshots. Oh, nice. That's a 427 experience right there. Basically just trying to level up my crossbow to 100 as fast as I can. And that doesn't really take into account my distance from the opponent or anything. So I can pretty much just try and get kills. There we go. Nice. Look at that. 400 experience per shot if I can get kills on them. Nice headshot. Look at that. 500 experience. Nice. Another headshot. Look at that. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Now we're starting to lose enemies. Lose enemies. Now we're starting to lose allies. I wish we were continuing to lose enemies. Yes. Nice. This is actually super easy. What's going on here? Oh, I missed the most lucrative one, of course. Ah, now he's escaped. Oh well, never mind. Ah, yes, that happens. It happens. Alright, so we've lost 0 of my army at the moment, just generally because we have placed them in such a defensive location for the most part. The only way that they're going to get picked on is if a couple of cavalry get past or something like that. As you can see, this guy's trying to do something, but because my guys are in a loose formation, he's not really going to be able to do much, which is fantastic. So we can pretty much just allow him to hit 1 or 2, and let's face it, if he has a one-handed weapon, which I believe he does, he's not really going to be able to kill anyone unless he has the speed to back it up. And I don't think he's going to, because he's most likely going to be preoccupied with the streams of arrows, you know, flying past his head most of the time. Alright, wait a minute. Here we go. I would like to get a kill on that guy. Oh, no, never mind. Oh, okay, wait a minute, wait a minute. Don't die now. Don't die now. We want to keep a good ratio here, because obviously I have been able to manage to get a kill on a vassal here, and I do not want to suffer another death, because that's going to result in it being I think it being a tie, right? Wait a minute, is that a 4th kill actually? I feel like I'm skipping kills here, but I seem to remember that I did actually get a kill in the previous episode. So I'm thinking because I remember very vividly that I said that we're now tied, right? We're now tied at 3 each. Wasn't that the case? And then I got a kill, and that was then 4, and then I died as well, which was again 4, so we're now tied again. So technically I have 5 kills now and 4 deaths. So if I do die, then obviously that's going to be pretty bad, but hopefully I'm not. Oh, no. What am I even being focused by? I can't even see. I don't even know who's attacking me right now. But thankfully my forces are still absolutely fine. As you can see, most of my archers I think are running out of arrows now, so I'm hopeful that we will finish up this battle relatively soon. We've got to take this guy down. He's got a lance, so he can actually deal a pretty good amount of damage to our forces. Okay, I hit his horse. Oh well, that's actually fine, because now that he's on his lonesome, he can't really do too much, and I can finish him off easily. Okay, yeah, my forces do need to actually retreat a little bit here. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the archers back up the hill, and we're going to move our infantry back as well. I don't want to sustain too many casualties in this, because as I've said before, the AI is very good at restoring their own forces, and I don't really want to have a situation where I'm the only one that really loses a massive amount, you know, because these guys can basically just go in anywhere and they're going to be able to restore their forces in a matter of days, whereas I have to spend a pretty significant amount of time leveling them up and so on, because trainer skill is not really a thing in Bannerlord, which is a bit of a kind of disappointing fact that I found out over the time playing this game, because obviously in the previous iteration of Warband you were able to have trainer skill, and trainer skill would give you experience every single day for all your army, basically, so your companions, your regular units and everything. And it was absolutely fantastic, because you could basically, at late points in the game, I'm actually going to try and run away here because I really do not want to die, but yeah, at late points in the game you would be able to pretty much just wait at a certain point and your units would automatically level up to maybe about tier 3, maybe about tier 4, and maybe if you were lucky and you had a massive amount of companions with trainer skill as well, because trainer skill would actually stack. So dependent on how many people you had with trainer skill and if they were high enough level with it, you would be able to stack trainer skill amazingly, and then you would eventually be making like 30,000, you know, experience per day or something along those lines, especially for low tier troops. And you'd be able to level up 100 recruits in 2 days, pretty much, to tier 2 at least. And it would just be very, very lucrative. However, in Bannerlord, that's not the case, unfortunately. In Bannerlord, the trainer skill, or the pseudo-trainer skill that we're now having to deal with, is called Raise the Meek and various other things. And generally, it's not really that good, unfortunately. It's okay, and it does provide a pretty suitable amount of experience over time, but it is just not as effective as trainer skill was, and it's kind of disappointing. So maybe there's going to be something a little bit better later down the line, but I suppose we'll have to wait and see about that. Are there any Azurai? I'm not seeing any Azurai right now, but I'll take a Bushwhacker, because Bushwhackers do become Forest Bandits, I believe, and Forest Bandits are pretty fantastic, as I've said in the previous episode. I'm not going to take any of these guys. Actually, should I? Because we're right next to my town, so it kind of makes sense, right? But we're going to move extremely slowly, and I'm probably going to lose a huge amount. Anyway, there we go. Lek of the Lake Rats was killed in that battle, which is pretty nice. And we do have a number of extra people to level up too. So let's do that. There we go. I've got 77 Master Archers now, which is really nice. And I'm actually wondering what specific talents or perks there actually are for leveling up troops just that much quicker. So we have Raise the Meek here, as you can see, which gives us +4 experience per day. Now, can I even take a look at my unit experience? Can I take a look at these guys? How much do they need to level up? Okay, yeah. So as you can see, they actually do tell you how much experience they need. So required XP to upgrade, they need 300 experience. Okay. So think about how much Raise the Meek gives us. It gives us 4 to only tier 1, 2 troops. And that's it. I mean, I have this one, and I think I have another one in the Steward skill somewhere. Yes, all troops gain +2 daily experience. And I think that's actually it. I think there is another one somewhere, but I do not know where it is. So if we just take those 2 perks into account, we are providing 6 experience per day to at least a tier 1 and tier 2 troops. So in other words, recruits and tribesmen in my case. That's not very good. that's literally, if you think about it, that's so what is that? 6 experience per day. So 10 days is going to be 60 experience to level up one of these. 10 days. That is absolutely ludicrous and terrible. If you think about it, that is absolutely awful. I mean, generally you think to yourself, oh yeah, maybe it's going to be good, you know, maybe it's going to be something that helps you to, you know, get somewhere, do something, you know, try to make something of your army without having to really, you know, engage as many of these terribly tedious looter fights and stuff like that, right? But no. It's one of those, you know, one of those situations where you take a perk and you think to yourself, wow, that's really good. And then you find out later on that it's absolutely awful. And it's something that doesn't really help you that much, which is really quite sad, to be honest. I feel like it should do much more, but I guess the developers did not want to provide the player with a way to passively increase the power of your army. But in my opinion, what I would say to that as a sort of like counterpoint is the fact that to get to that point, to get to the point where you have 10 in trainer skill or 8 or 7 or whatever the amount that you have in Warband, and to be able to, you know, level up your troops at that rate, you actually do need to be playing the game for quite a significant period of time. So you are already invested. You're already invested. You're already providing, you know, a pretty experienced character to be able to do that, because you can't do that at the start, obviously. You know, you can basically start with, I think at the very beginning, you can start with about 6 or 7 trainer skill if you actually spec for it in character creation. I think you can get up to that, or you can get very close to that. Maybe. Very much depends on your choices, of course, and depends on the mod that you're playing as well. But generally, you're going to be able to get a pretty high trainer skill. But trainer skill is also kind of locked behind a level restriction. So if you think about it that way, it's quite balanced, because you do need you need your character to be a higher level than the troop that you are going to want to level up. And most recruits are level 5 or level 10 or level 15, dependent on which kind of tier you're thinking about. And that's actually balanced, because that means that at level 1 or level 2, 3, 4, whatever, you're not going to be able to level up any units at all. So even if you do start with a massive amount of trainer skill, it's not really going to make any difference to you. And it's not going to give you any benefit whatsoever. But when you're level 30, oh yeah, you best bet that's going to make a big difference. So us having this very, very small amount of daily experience is kind of disappointing in many ways, and who knows, maybe they'll think about that and they might change it, because I know for certain, as someone that has a, what is this, Level 24 character, right? I have a level 24 character right now. I personally do not want to be fighting a band of 4 looters. Like, to level up my recruits. I'm taking an extreme example here. But just think about it. I really don't want to be fighting a group of 17 looters even. You know, I would much rather sit in my town, you know, upgrade it, spend some time just relaxing or whatever, and just allowing my trainer skill to do the work, because I've already put in the effort of leveling up my character, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, maybe that's just my thought on it. Let me know your thoughts on the whole trainer skill thing if you want to. You don't have to, obviously, but I always think that it's a pretty interesting discussion to have about certain aspects of the game that have changed pretty dramatically from the previous well-known and well-beloved iteration of Warband, because obviously a lot of people still play that and still love it to this day, and Fire and Sword not so much. So that's the reason why I don't really reference Fire and Sword that often, because it is indeed... Oh, that's another kill for us. Fantastic, look at that. That's another Vassal kill, and that is indeed the 6th, I believe. Isn't that the 6th? I think so. Anyway, Fire and Sword is just not very much played. I think if you go to Steam Charts, the Steam Charts website, I think it has like, isn't it less than 1,000 people playing it or something like that? I have no idea. But Warband, I would assume, has like upwards of 5,000 or something at least. I don't know about that, so don't quote me on it because I haven't actually checked. But I would assume from past knowledge that that might be the case. I mean, it might be less now that Bannerlord's come out, but I know a lot of people have actually returned to Warband just generally because Bannerlord has been such a kind of a weird amalgamation of things, and a lot of people did not really appreciate the changes, which obviously is understandable. If we look at the trainer skill as one part, then it actually does make quite a bit of sense that people would be a little bit irritated or frustrated with that change, because it's like the developers want you to just fight continuously, and in my opinion that's not the way that this game should be. It's an RPG in some respects, and you should be able to have alternate methods of leveling up your army, alternate methods in resolving conflicts, and so on and so forth. I've already covered a lot of my thoughts on the whole diplomacy thing, and the fact that trade skill is fantastic and super fun to use, and so on. But the point still stands that Warband, while it is still a very flawed game, it is one that is a classic for a reason, because a lot of the skills are very well balanced, and a lot are some are a little bit useless, like spotting, I guess. Spotting skill's not that useful, but it's kind of useful in some aspects, and you definitely want one companion to focus on it at least. But still, tracking skill's also kind of useless too. I think tracking skill's probably the most useless in Warband, but don't quote me on that, because it's been a while since I've played the base game. Anyway, there you go. We won, and I was able to eliminate the Vassal. So that's the 6th kill out of 10 that we need. That was a wonderful headshot by me, if I do say so myself. And we are now going to recruit no one. Fantastic. I'm not going to be taking... actually, you know what? I'll take these troops, because I am actually quite close by to my town. Am I not? Oh, I'm actually quite far away from my town. That's a little bit sad, actually. So I'm going to have to get rid of a couple, because I do not want to have my own forces leave. And that would happen if I allowed those people to stay. I think, probably, which would be pretty bad. Anyway, we finally got to 100 crossbow skills, so let's see exactly what we can get. Oh, okay. What? Why is this even here? Increase the morale of each tier 1 to 3 troops by 10%? Right. Your ranged troops gain +2 experience every day. Alright, well, I think that's probably best. This one is, in my opinion, absolutely worthless. No offense. right? No offense to whoever came up with this perk, but it is, in my opinion, pretty awful. Anyway, this one is obviously going to be a little bit better because it is going to give our ranged troops 2 experience every day. As I've said, I think that these experience gain perks, now that I've done a little bit of the calculating about them, it's fine, you know, it's a decent bonus, but it is per day. It's not even per hour or anything like that. It's per day. And they're going to take an age to level up as it is. So it's yeah, it's a kind of a sorry state of affairs, to be honest. Anyway, let's go over to Danustica. I'm going to place these Imperial units in the garrison there, and I would like to be able to see... Ah, there we go. We are actually doing a siege at Korinia Castle. I will be heading over there in just a second, I think. That would be pretty nice to participate in that, I think. So let's just place those guys in there. Do we have anyone that I want to take out? No, not particularly. There we go. Let's take a look at the reserves. They're all fine. Everything being built. Yes, everything is being built. No problem at all. And how long is this going to take? 6 days. Okay, let's put another 10k in there just to make sure that everything's all good. And bear in mind that the new perk that we've just taken, that also increases the security of garrisons by 30%, which is actually a super nice amount if there are more ranged troops in the garrison, which is amazing to me. I feel like that is almost invaluable. You know, leveling up that security really makes a huge difference because you're going to be gaining notable relation in that particular town. And I miss the siege. Ugh, how irritating. Oh well, never mind. I mean, you know, I tried to get there as fast as I noticed it, at least. Oh, hello, Abelitos. You're seeming that you want to form an army here. We will not allow that to happen. It gives me the opportunity to potentially get another kill, which I would very much appreciate, because we need to get that seventh little, I don't know, the 7th little, what is it? I don't know, check mark, I guess, you know, against the names of all our opponents, and we'll see what we can do. So, oh, this is perfect. This is a pretty fantastic map for us right here. Let's put them into a loose formation. Let's see where our enemy is coming from. Okay, across the river. Oh, this is even more perfect than I thought beforehand. I thought to myself, oh, they might come from the right or the left. No, they're actually just coming straight down the middle. And they have to cross the river, which is absolutely awful for them. I do not envy them one bit, because I have 108 actually archers. And this is going to be very painful for them. So let's see if we can give them a wonderful greeting as they make their way towards us. Well, here we go. It has begun. My archers are starting to fire indiscriminately at the opponent, and hopefully they're going to be killing a whole bunch. I actually kind of missed the volley command. Didn't they have a volley command, like, very early on in development or something like that? I'm actually not entirely sure, because I seem to remember using... Oh no, that was actually a different game. Never mind. That was actually a different game that I was playing at the time. Yes. I believe that was Blood of Steel. Wasn't it Blood of Steel? Yeah, I think so. Blood of Steel. That was really fun, actually. That's like a medieval, sort of like Dynasty Warriors inspired third-person, like, MOBA game. So you choose a hero, and then you go in, and you got some troops following you, and you can order your ranged troops, if you are indeed a ranged character, to fire at the same time that you fire. So you can theoretically, you know, volley opponents and do a massive amount of burst damage, which is super fun in my opinion. So that's actually really cool. But yeah, anyway, I was thinking of a completely different game in that aspect. I thought that this one certainly had the volley command. I know it did have the volley command in Warband in certain mods, but not natively, at least as far as I'm aware. Is there actually... Oh, I could hold fire. Okay, so that's the thing that I could do. There's also a toggle here. Yeah, so we can basically just say hold fire if we wanted to. What about... Yeah, so we can just hold fire, and then we can tell them to fire once, and then we can tell them to do it again. But it's very micromanagement-esque, and I'm not a big fan of that whole thing. So anyway, Abelitos actually wasn't even in the fight, so I had no opportunity to eliminate him myself, which is actually somewhat unfortunate. Let's see. Does he have any Azariah units? He doesn't, but I will be taking the prisoners. I won't... Should I even bother to take these? Because I literally only have 4 spaces. I mean, I guess I will, just for the sake of it, because I know some people get a little bit... I don't know, a little bit testy about that whole thing. If I leave a couple of units, then people get really upset by that for some reason, but there you go. Anyway, oh, wait a minute. Hello there. What do we have going on here? We have another friend of ours. Wait, what's going on here? Vote for the owner of Carenia Castle. I don't really care, guys. You can take that. You can take that if you want. Is this guy faster than me? No, he's exactly the same speed. How is he exactly the same speed? Come on now. He's just lost a huge amount of units? What? I think he's actually losing units because he has no food. Yeah, I think that is actually the reason. So this is perfect because I'm actually going to be able to catch up with him. Eventually. He's going to slow down, right? Isn't he going to slow down, or is he just going to get faster because he has less people to slow him down? I mean, I was hopeful that he would actually have his cavalry become unconscious, and then that would be the thing that we would want. But okay. Do I really have to chase him across the entirety of the land? It seems like it, yes. He's still alive, by the way. He's at 57% HP, so theoretically, if we do get into a battle with him, I should be able to eliminate him potentially. This is literally just for this challenge. Okay? It is just for the, random objective that we have come up with together that I am going to try and track this guy down. Otherwise, I would have given up many, many moons ago, and I would not be bothering with him. He is at 31%, 29%, 28%. Oh dear. Is he real? He's got 33 wounded. Come on. Are you serious that he's this fast still? Okay, well, he's got 0 now, so yeah, this is basically pointless now. What a wonderful eventuality that was. Well, I suppose we have, kind of eliminated an enemy vassal, because otherwise he would have been free to go to one of the nearby towns to resupply, and then he would have his units back on their feet. But now he has 35 people, and they're all knocked unconscious. So I suppose that's good, right? Isn't it? Kind of? Nah, not really. I kind of wanted to have a chance at eliminating him, to be honest, but oh well, never mind. I think that's probably going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.